A very good morning, students. Today we are going to see about monetary economics part 2. So in the last class I have explained about introductions of monetary economics, meaning of monetary economics. Then we saw about the evolutions of money. Okay, just a recap about the monetary economics. Monetary economics means what? Monetary means it is an money. Okay, so money is anything that is generally acceptable as a pay for goods and service. So money means what? Anything which is acceptable as a payment for goods and service is called as an money. So we saw the two definitions, one is an worker and another one is an crother. So according to Walker, money is what money does. But according to Crother, he has explained money can be anything that is generally acceptable as a means of exchange and at the same time act as a measure and store of value. So with the help of money, we can do anything else. So we can purchase any goods. So it has an exchange value and then at the same time it has a measure and store of value. So measure and store of value means, so with 100 rupees or with 10 rupees or with 1 rupees, how much we can able to purchase. So that is called as a measurement. And then store of value, money has an storing capacity. Okay. So this definition was given by Crother. Next we saw about the evolutions of money. So evolutions of money means, so the starting, the beginning, how money has been introduced. So before money, what happens? Barter system was being introduced. So barter system means what? Barter system means it is an exchange for goods against the goods. So it is a very old one. It is a very traditional one. Okay. And later this barter system has been slowly started to fail. And then later what happens? Certain things has been arised. So for example, metallic standard has been introduced. So metallic standard and then gold standard has been introduced and then silver standard, then paper currency. So most important and innovative system is that on paper currency. So with the help of a paper currency only, it is very easy available. Okay, people can be able to purchase the commodity. So it has a measuring value and it has a storing value. Then afterwards plastic money came. So plastic money means it is a most important, that is a most evolved form of financial product. So it is a debit card, credit card, prepaid card and store card, forex card and smart card. Okay. Then we saw about an cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency means it is an Bitcoin. So it is an digitalized money. Okay. So this money which is not in more circulation. So up to 2 crores, the availability of this Bitcoin is available. So it can be spread. It has been spreaded all over the world, but it has no common. It has no individual leader. So like an Reserve Bank of India. So Reserve Bank of India has a value, that is they has the right to issue their currency. But this Bitcoins is not like that. So it has been authorized and taken by so many group of peoples. Okay. Next, now we come to know about the functions of money. A very important one. So see this, functions of money. So see the functions of money now. See here, functions of money, we have 4 important functions of money. One is an primary function. Second one is an secondary function, third one is an contingent function and fourth one is an other function. Okay. So primary function means what? Under primary function we have a medium of exchange, then we have a measure of value. Under secondary function, we have a store of value and standard of deferred payment. And next one, money has a means of transferring purchasing power. Okay, now first we see the primary function. So see the primary function, money as a medium of exchange. So this has been compared with the barter system. Under barter system, the goods has been exchanged for goods. Okay, but what happens? Barter system started to fail because we can't able to measure the goods. See, a goods which I have needed should be the opponent people should have, and the opponent people what they needed, that commodity I should be have. Okay, but what happens, this has been started to fail because the varieties of commodities which I have needed or opponent peoples are needed, it is not easily available. So now what happens after this barter system, a money has been introduced, a paper currency which has been introduced, so it acts as a medium of exchange. So with the help of a money, you can purchase whatever you want. So if you have a 10 rupees means you can purchase with that 10 rupees. So it acts as a medium of exchange. So with that 10 rupees, how much you want, you can purchase. So with the money, whatever commodity, if you have the money, you can purchase any commodity. Okay. So see here, this is considered as a basic functions of a money. Money has an quality of general acceptability and all exchange takes place in term of transaction. Okay. On the account of the use of money, the transaction has now come to divided into two parts. So money is obtained through sale of goods or service. So now what happens? So see here, money is obtained through sale of goods and service. So with the money, so whatever you want to purchase, you want to get goods or service, you can get it. So this is known as an sales. Later, money is obtained to buy and goods and service. This is known as an purchase. So money plays an important role. Next we come to know about the measure of value. So see here, money has a measure of value. That is the second most important primary function is the measuring capacity. So the barter system started to fail because due to measuring capacity. So what goods which I have given, the quantity or the quality will be greater than to the other person. To the exchange, to whatever I have exchanged to the person will be different. Okay. So what happens under barter system, this has been started to fail. So measuring capacity is not equal under barter system. So now what happens, a recent technique has been made, that is called as a money. So money which has been used. So the second important functions of a money, it is an measure the value of goods and service. In other words, the price of all goods and service are expressed in term of money. So everything which has been measured. So 1 meter of cloth, it's 200. So 1 liter petrol, it's 80 rupees. So it has a measuring capacity. So it has been measured. So money. So the price of all goods and service are expressed in term of money. So everything, all goods and service which are measured in term of money. So money is that looked upon as a collective measure of value. Okay. Next we move to the secondary function. So under secondary function, see here, store of value, storage capacity. Storage capacity means what? In those days, what happens under barter system, the value, that is the goods cannot be stored. Okay, so it may be perishable or it may be an semi-perishable or a durable, semi-durable goods which cannot be stored for a long period. So what happens, this is the another problems which has been faced during the barter system. So later what happens is money which has a storing capacity. So money can be stored anywhere. So savings is done in the term of commodities were not permanent, but with the invention of money, this difficulty has now disappeared and savings are now done in term of money. So now what happens? Money can be stored. So it has been done as in savings. Okay. So next we will move to the money as in standard of deferred payment. So borrowing and lending. See, during the barter system, what happens? This borrowing and lending, that is a credit facilities. Okay, like borrowing and lending, they have faced an difficult task during the barter system, because the quality and quantity whatever I have given, it is not an equal quantity which I have not received. So this is the most important problem which has been faced during the barter system. But now what happens, borrowing and lending, it has been done very easily. So see here, borrowing and money. So how much I have borrowed, the same amount I can replaced. I can returned it. So borrowing and lending becomes easy due to the inventions of money. Next we come to know about the money as a means of transferring purchasing power. So transferring purchasing power means during the barter system, what happens? The goods has been purchased during the time and the availability of goods which are certain periods only we can able to purchase, not all the time. So we can't able to purchase. So at the timing only we can able to purchase, at a particular place only we can able to get an certain goods. But the invention of money, what happens? The transferring the purchasing power, if you are in any other places also, you can able to purchase the commodity. So the field of exchange also went through and extending with growing economic development. The exchange of goods is now extended to a distant land. It is therefore felt necessary to transfer the purchasing power from one place to another. So with the inventions of money, so it is easier for the people to purchase wherever they are. So it is an easy purchasing power. Okay. The third one is an contingent function. So contingent function is based on the thing that money plays in an advanced manner. So on the basis of the credit system. So money is the basis of credit system. So money is the most important one. So all the business transactions are based on credit. Okay, so everything which is based on the credit. So credit means it is credit, cash on credit, cash or credit. It is all considered as an money. Here they have given an example. A depositor can make use of check. So a check is also considered as an money. So use of checks only when there are sufficient fund in his account. So the commercial bank create and credit on the base of the adequate cash reserves, but money is at the back of all the credit. So here everything is considered as an money. So even a credit system is also considered as an money. Next most important is money facilitates a distributions of national income. The task of distributions of national income was exceedingly complex under a barter system. See here, national income means what? Why we need a national income? Because national income only expressed that a country is a rich or poor or it is in a moderate. But before in barter system we can't able to measure our country through the goods or service. But now it can be measured only through money. So, but the invention of the money has now facilitated the distributions of income as in rent, wages, interest and profit. So, this plays an important role. So, money plays an important role. So, the inventions of money has now facilitated and distributions of income. Next, money helps to equalize the marginal utility and marginal productivity. So, see here, the consumer can obtain a maximum utility only if he incur an expenditures on various commodities in such a manner as to equalize the marginal utilities acquiring from them. That is, if a consumer wants to get a maximum satisfaction, means how he will be able to express his satisfaction by purchasing and goods. So, by consuming so much of goods only, he will be express that he got a maximum satisfactions, that he has a marginal utility. Now, in equalizing these marginal utilities, money plays an important role because the price of all commodities are expressed in terms of money. So, money also helps to equalize the marginal productivity of various factors of production. So, that is, money equalize the marginal productivity because money, with the help of money only, they are just expressing everything. Next, money increase the productivity of capital. Money increase the productivity of capital. See, money only, through money we can increase the productivity. Through money will increase the money level. So, see here, money is the most liquid form of capital. So, in other words, capital is a form of money. Capital or money, both are same. Can be put to any uses. If you want to increase your capital, if you want to increase your money, it can increase. So, it has more liquidity effect. Liquidity effect means what? If you invest, if you want to purchase and share whatever it is, so it will double the money. So, it is an account of this liquidity of money that capital can be transferred from the less productive to the more productive uses. So, money, if you use and money, so money will be increased more. So, if you put in a productive manner, so it gives a more productive. If you use in less productive manner, means it will gives you a less. So, that's why money increase the productivity of capital. If you use in an efficient manner, so the money will be doubled. If you use in an inefficient manner, means you will be receive less. So that's why they are expressed. That why here money increase the productivity of capital. Next, we come to know about the other function. Money helps to maintain and repayment capacity. So, what happens? Repayment capacity. During the barter system, the repayment capacity is not at all possible. But here, money possesses an repayment capacity. That is, money possesses the quality of the general acceptability. To maintain its repayment capacity, every firm has to keep assets in the form of liquid cash. So, each and every firm have to repayment their capacity. So, every firm has to keep the asset in the form of liquid cash. So, each and every firm or even the government also used to keep some liquid cash with them. So, for everything, for all the repayment, they need and money. So, liquid asset will be maintained by all the people like an individual, bank, government and firm. So, see here, likewise bank, insurance company and even the government have to keep some liquid money, that is cash, to maintain their repayment capacity. Next one, money represents and generalizing purchasing power. So, purchasing power means how much you can able to purchase with with your money. Okay, so purchasing power kept in the term of money can be put to any uses. It is not only necessary that money should be used only for the purpose for which it has been served. It can be put for several purposes. So whatever you want, you can purchase. Not only to purchase an commodity or for service alone, money which has not been used. So money, for everything, money it is needed. For every back of the people, money plays in a different manner. Money gives an liquidity to capital. So money is the most liquid form of capital. It can be put to any uses. So you can use money in any form. Not only purchasing of goods or service, you can purchase land, building, machineries, or you can invest, or you can purchase and shares, stock, bonds, or whatever it is. So it gives an liquid or capital. So it can be put to any uses. So again I will repeat. So see here, functions of money. So we have 4 functions of money. One is a primary function. So under primary function we have a medium of exchange and measure of value. So medium of exchange means through money you can purchase any goods, any service, whatever you want. Next, measuring value. So measuring value means money has a measuring terms. So it has a measuring value. So whatever you want, you can purchase. So 1 liter petrol, 1 meter cloth, or 1 liter milk, or anything which has a measuring value. Next, secondary function. Money has a store of value. So money has a storing capacity. So we can store in any manner. We can purchase as a land, building, machinery, plant, etc., or any asset also. Okay. Next, money as a standard of deferred payment. So during the barter system, this borrowing and lendings are very difficult problem they have faced. So later the inventions of money has been introduced. So this borrowing and lendings has been becomes easier. Next, we come to know about the money has a means of transferring purchasing power. So wherever you are, if you have money, you can purchase any type of commodity in any place. Next, contingent function. So base of an creditor system. So for every back of thing, money is there. So credit system means it is also considered as an money. Money facilitate the distributions of national income. So those days which cannot be considered, that is with the goods or service which is not considered a country. But later what happens now? Now the invention of the money which is measures the national income. So national income plays an important role. This national income helps the people to measure their standard. Money helps to equalize the marginal utilities and marginal productivities. So with the help of money, what happens? The marginal utilities has been obtained. That is, consumer can obtain a maximum utility only if he incur an expenditure on various commodities. Okay. So now what happens? Now in equalizing this marginal utilities, money plays an important role because the price of all commodities are expressed in term of money. So all the commodities which are expressed in term of money. Next one, money increase the productivity of capital. So with the help of money, with the use of money, you can do it in any manner. So you can use it in an efficient manner or inefficient manner. If you want to put in a productive purpose, you can use it. Okay. Next, other functions. Money helps to maintain and repayment capacity. So each and every people will be having money for the repayment. That is, every people will be having the money in the form of liquid cash for the repayment. So bank, insurance companies, even the government also will be having. They also even keep some liquid money, that is cash, to maintain the repayment capacity. Money represents and generalizing and purchasing power. So money, purchasing power kept in the term of money can be put to any uses. So if you have certain amount means the purchasing power will be up to the it is based upon your money. Okay, money gives an liquidity to capital, means money is the most liquid form of capital, so it can be put to any uses. So we can use money for any purpose. Okay, so up to this I will stop. The next class we will see about the supply of money. Okay, so thank you students.